Alexa, the next story, I'm going to let you sort of take the lead on this because you've been covering this, and you might even have a video to throw to. But effectively, a Quebec drag queen sparks controversy. Tell us about this story.
I would prefer that people watch the clip because afterwards people will more understand what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
If
And the
you
clip
can
is
put it
just
in.
down for our studio folks. The clip is just down on the page. If you scroll down, the tweet is right there, and the video is available. So yeah, I think we got it ready to roll there.
I think we'll need to disappear for the subtitle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in French, so there we go.
Ouais, ils disent que les dragues, on va voir les jeunes pour les rendre gays, pour les avoir. Mais là, le monde qui écrit ça, va voir le Facebook. Il est laid comme un asti de cul de singe. Tu vas voir, sa blonde est dégueulasse, pas une dent dans la gueule. On le veut pas dans notre gang, votre asti de jeune, là. Gardez-les, câlisse, il changera nos pneus sur Canadian Tire, Chris de plaie. Ah, c'est que j'ai zaï. Chris que j'ai zaï.
Ouais.
Tabarnak de mal de tête. Non, le monde, ils ont du lousse dans la tête un peu, puis je pense que quand ils pognent des dos down, le cerveau cogne, puis là, ils s'ouvrent un Facebook, puis ils donnent leur opinion de style d'arriéré du Christ, là.
Ouais, ouais.
J'ai tué à grands coups d'âge, hostie. Ils sont fâchants. Ils sont fâchants.
Chris, là, les gars. Un viol, ils ont jamais tué personne, là. Non, mais à un moment donné, là. Excusez, c'était bon, faire tasser.
Ah, ça va être bon cet épisode-là pour aider le monde qui pense que les drags c'est des pédophiles, hostie.
Ouais.
Calice. Yes, on va les avoir, bonne fierté, tabarnak.
Il n'y en a pas assez des petits dragues à l'école. Il n'y en a pas assez.
Ça va de mieux en mieux, puis éventuellement, on va réussir notre but qui est de rendre tous les enfants transgenres, tabarnak.
Ah oui.
On est après vous avoir, mes hosties.
Ah oui.
En passant, on voit ton cul
tout, hein?
encore.
Ben là, je vais
ouais.
l'assumer,
Ouais.
ça va être ça, tabarnak.
Ouais.
Rince-toi l'œil, hostie de pervers. Bon, ça finit à quelle heure ici? On va t'amener, là. Si t'as à ce point-là le goût d'avoir des gosses dans le front, on va t'arranger ça, mec. On va tout t'arranger ça. Non, il y a des isoloirs. Mais je suis allé, Chris, 4-5 fois dans ma vie au danseur, là, gros max. Mais c'est ça, il y a des isoloirs, puis c'est pas propre, là, ce qui se passe.
Ah non?
Comme crève, cette petite plaie, là.
Yeah, it's something to heard. Like, first of all, I will put you in context. Mike Ward, some people know him, maybe not. He is a comedian at home. He is known for his humor, really controversy. He was involved also in a big Sega legal battle in front of the judge because he did do some harsh joke on disabled young men. Anyway, the thing is, his podcast is called Sous Écoute. He usually receives some people over, like in front of some drinks, alcoholic drinks. And now he did receive the drag queen Mona de Grenoble and also Sébastien Dubé, that is one of the members of the Denis de Relais. It's like a team of humorists. Comedian, I think you'd say more like in English, we say humorist us for like people who perform for humor on the scene. So you will see like the video, it's I've been cut, like it's an hour long podcast. So and some of the part of the video have been changed of places, but I watched the podcast and the meaning didn't go away. So what he was saying, it's the drag queen was talking about the fact, and Mike Ward asked, did you receive a lot of backlash after your show because it was involved in Big Brother in Quebec? And it started afterwards to talk about the people who actually believe that the drag queen wants to indoctrinate children and make them like transitioning or stuff like that. And they say like, oh, you know, these people cannot write correctly and propagate like this kind of false information. They open Facebook to say their really like backyard like opinion. I can kill them with a big hacks. And at one point I was like, okay, a part of what he was saying, it's opinion. And a part of what he wanted to mix his own opinion with some humor. I'm sorry, you cannot do that in a society with really radicalized opinion, with polarized people. You cannot do joke that you target a specific group of people. You can target this group of people, the people who are against drag queen in school, who are against drag queen to indoctrinate children. This is a group of people that is identifiable. Yeah. And this in the law, it's a crime to say out loud in front of people to kill a group of identifiable people.
Yeah. Well, and the issue here for me is like, I am an ardent defender of comedy. I think people should be able to say the most horrific things on earth. I'm going to see Anthony Jeselnik next week, and he has the most brutal comedy. So I'm in favor of saying anything. But the issue is this was not in the context of a joke talking about killing people. They're just asking him his opinion, and he said these people are all so stupid, and I want to kill them with a big axe. There's no joke there. He's just saying he wants to kill people with an axe. The other thing too is, I mean, I don't know. This is vulgar. It's not funny, and it goes a long way to proving a point. Drag is subversive and disrespectful, intentionally so. Not like disrespectful towards people, but it's intentionally subversive of gender roles. And the comedy that it engages in, while it's generally pretty lowbrow, it's subversive and it's not intended for children on a fundamental level. The other thing, too, is, I mean, if people are continuously going and seeking access to children in order to pass something along, you don't need to be dressed in drag to read a story to a child. At a library, for example. If you're going dressed in drag, it's to promote that in some way, shape, or form. And you're promoting something that is inherently subversive and not appropriate for children. The aesthetic alone of lots of drag queens is not appropriate for children. It's confusing and subversive and not age appropriate, plain and simple. So I'm all for comedy. I'm all for it being free. I'm all for it being uncensored. But this is not comedy. This is just someone espousing hatred.
And I just posted in the thread. This is one of comedian at home, and his wife posted this post on social media. His son it's like, I can show it, like his first show of drag queen for Billy at the Pride. His dad went to buy him some fake eyelash. And this is actually their son, and they are actually pushing and promoting the fact that his son now is doing some drag queen show. And I would say they are supposed to be, they are comedian, they have an impact on the society. And I think this is like, what do you think about that? Like a comedian just show like his son, like completely like a girl and going to do some drag queen show.
And it's 100% parents pushing this on their kids. And then it's also to score points. It's like whether it's Trudeau rolling out his kids in a movie or these folks rolling out their kids. Listen, like if you look at the statistics of kids who are allegedly, whether it be trans or whatever it may be, don't get me wrong, I don't espouse any of that. But if you were to believe the mainstream statistics, the fact that these people who are progressives and pushing this stuff, it's always their kids who end up being trans or gender dysmorphic or whatever you want to call it. There's something going on there. It's clearly, it's not the odds are that biologically that's not happening. So there's clearly something sort of social that is happening that is guiding kids down this path. When every time these kids, like the amount of times that there's people within the LGBTQ and both of their kids are also identifying as part of that group, statistically, that is not likely to occur. In fact, statistically, it's borderline impossible that occurs. So clearly, there's social pressures here, and it's sad to see in some of these cases, I'd suggest a lot of these cases, parents confusing their children to score points with their friends. Parents are supposed to be protecting their kids, allowing their kids to develop naturally, not exposing them to inappropriate content. So yeah, I mean, I shelter my kids from some of the comedy that I very much enjoy, because it would be insane to expose kids to that. Now, these people would insert their child into the butt of a brutal joke in order to gain notoriety within those circles. It's wild. But yeah, you know what? Part of it is, though, these people, like for example, these comedians, this drag queen, they're intentionally garnering. They don't have talent. They're not funny. They're not witty. So they're intentionally garnering controversy because that's the only way anyone can look at them. And within the drag world, it's about being the most absurd. Sometimes just people who are talented and do something exceptionally well, make no mistake. But generally, it's about being the most absurd, the loudest, and having the most people look at you is the core of what's happening there. And I suspect that's the case here. We have.
And by the way, have you observed that now the narrative is changed? Before it was like everything needs to be vaxxed, and now it's like everybody needs to love drag queen, and everybody needs to follow that narrative. Or if you don't do that, and you are a part of another second-class citizen that we don't really respect because you're weird and you are homophobic, you are transphobic, and you are like against the community. And that is untrue.